Archangel Michael says it is an emergency. The skies tremble with urgency. Something has shifted in the heavenly realms, and someone you love, someone whose soul still lingers in the glow of eternity, has sent this message not just as a whisper but as a divine cry to reach your soul. God says this moment was pre-written. This moment is not accidental. Something is about to break, and before it does, you must know what has been hidden. Archangel Michael weeps not with weakness but with a sorrow so holy, so fierce, that the entire army of heaven stands still. Because someone has tried to bury the truth. Someone you trusted. Someone whose face smiled, but whose soul danced in secrecy. And now, finally, God is exposing this woman. The one you never expected. The one who held your picture and whispered lies behind closed doors. The one who claimed to love, to support, to stand by your side. Her mask is falling. But this is not a message of anger. It is a message of sacred revelation. It is the kind of message that rips through the soul not to destroy it but to free it. Heaven has waited. The angels have pleaded. God has sent signs you may have missed. Repeated numbers. Dreams that felt real. The scent of someone you love even though they're no longer in the room. That wasn't your imagination. That was them. That was divine orchestration trying to tell you something urgent was happening. You thought it was a coincidence. But the truth? It was a call. And now you've answered. This woman, God is exposing her not because you asked for it, but because your spirit is ready to handle what was once too heavy. You were never weak. You were under spiritual warfare. And this woman, she knew. She knew you were chosen. She saw the light in you before you could even name it. And it terrified her. She didn't want you to rise. She pretended to help while stealing your words. She pretended to love while resenting your growth. She wore your perfume behind your back, tried to speak like you, dress like you, be you. But she was never you. She couldn't be. Because what you carry is heaven-born. And the person who passed away, yes, they saw it too. They saw the truth in their final moments. They saw who cried fake tears. They saw who hovered around not to mourn but to spy. They saw who whispered things when you weren't in the room. And now, from heaven, they are shouting. They are sending this message through Archangel Michael, through the light of God, through divine decree. You must know the truth now. There is no more time. Open this before another lie is told. Before another secret is used to trap you. Before the mask slips again and convinces others of a false light. God says, you have been too kind. Your heart, so golden, so forgiving, has kept you trapped in cycles you didn't deserve. But now heaven is lifting the veil. Now heaven is bringing you into alignment. This is not punishment. This is purification. You are about to be elevated. But for that to happen, everything that's been poisoning your energy must be removed. You felt tired without explanation. You've doubted yourself when you should have been confident. That wasn't you. That was spiritual manipulation. That was emotional witchcraft disguised as care. But heaven has intervened. The one who passed, the one who loved you beyond words, they are standing behind you right now, whispering your name through this message. Saying, finally, you can see. They are sending their love not as a memory but as a living presence. You are not alone. You were never alone. That night you cried and no one answered. They were there. That moment you almost gave up. They held your spirit. That car ride where the song came on that reminded you of them. They sent it. They want you to know, they left something for you. Not a physical item. A truth. A revelation. Something that will change your entire future. But only if you believe it now. Archangel Michael says your name has been spoken in rooms of angels. There is a divine plan unfolding, and though it has looked like loss, betrayal, and chaos, it is actually a holy rearrangement. The tables are turning. The mirror is cracking. And the lies that were spoken over your life are being shattered by the voice of God. What they said about you, it was projection. What they stole, it is being returned sevenfold. What they tried to curse, it is now being blessed. Your name is sacred. And heaven is defending it. The woman God is exposing, she thought no one would know. She smiled in pictures, posted words that looked holy, even spoke of God. But her heart was bitter. Her intentions were twisted. And now, the truth is out. Not by your doing, but by divine order. You never needed revenge. You never needed proof. Heaven has all the evidence. And now, the trial is over. The judgment is divine. The sentence is sealed. God says, a great reversal is coming. Your name will rise while others fall. The ones who slandered you will stutter in disbelief. The one who laughed at your tears will cry when they see your crown. The one who left you in the cold will watch heaven open doors for you. And it begins now. Because you finally opened the message. You finally aligned with your higher calling. You finally stopped running from your power. And now, everything changes. Do you feel that pressure in your chest? That's not anxiety. That's activation. That's your spirit breaking out of spiritual confinement. That's your soul remembering who you are. That's God flooding your memory with truth, with power, with vision. Everything you forgot is being restored. The person you were before the heartbreak, before the betrayal, before the death, God is resurrecting that version of you. But better, stronger, wiser. This is not just a message. It's a rescue. Heaven has sent this as a rope into your soul's drowning moment. You were about to lose hope. You were starting to believe them. But now, truth. Pure, burning truth. The kind that sets captives free. The kind that clears generations of deception. The kind that causes angels to shout and demons to tremble. Archangel Michael says your house is under divine inspection. Every corner, every shadow, every unspoken word. The light is coming. The energy is shifting. That's why you feel strange. That's why things are ending abruptly. That's why people are exposing themselves without warning. It's not chaos. It's clarity. God is revealing what's real and removing what's not. There is someone you thought you lost forever. Someone whose death broke you. But they're not gone. They're here. And they've seen everything. The loneliness. The confusion. The moment you blamed yourself. They cried with you. They pleaded with God to give you this message. And now that it's arrived, they're at peace. Because you finally know. You finally see. You finally understand why it had to happen the way it did. There is still more to come. There is a hidden gift. Something left behind in a way that only you can find. A conversation. A letter. A voice message. An object that will fall into your hands unexpectedly. When it does, know this, it's confirmation. A physical proof of what you've read now. It will happen in divine timing. Not a second early. Not a second late. But when your heart is ready. God is not a man that he should lie. What he spoke over your life is still alive. The dreams you buried, he's digging them up. The promises you gave up on, he's reviving them. The money you lost, he's multiplying it. The relationships that collapsed, he's replacing them with divine connections. You are not cursed. You are crowned. The enemy used people to confuse you. He used smiles to disguise sabotage. But now, those plans are void. Heaven has intercepted. What was meant to destroy you is now your testimony. What was meant to silence you is now your message. What was meant to chain you is now your liberation. You will no longer walk in fear. You will no longer shrink to make others comfortable. You will no longer doubt your discernment. You were right. You saw the signs. You felt the tension. You knew something wasn't right. But they gaslit you. They twisted the truth. They called you too sensitive. But now God says, you were seeing clearly. And now heaven confirms it. This woman who is being exposed, she still thinks she can hide. But even now, as you read this, God is unraveling her mask. People around her are noticing. Her power is crumbling. Her alliances are breaking. Her words are being contradicted by her own actions. The mirror she created is shattering. And you? You are rising. You will receive a message soon. An apology. A confession. Something shocking. Do not panic. Do not act from emotion. Stand in your divine knowing. You've already been prepared. This message is your preparation. This is your warning. This is your power. And heaven is backing you. The person you lost, they are smiling. They know you're about to reclaim everything. They know your heart will heal. They know justice is already unfolding. And they want you to live. Not just survive. Not just get by. But thrive. Laugh. Love again. Build again. And never again let anyone make you feel small. You are heaven's anointed. You are God's masterpiece. You are a warrior who has walked through fire and still carries light. The angels salute you. Archangel Michael shields you. And God Himself calls you by name. It is done. The revelation has come. And so it continues, not just the message, but your life, your divine unveiling, your heavenly inheritance. Because now that the veil is torn, you cannot go back to the silence. Now that the truth is out, you will never again accept the lie. Heaven has sounded the trumpet, and the world is about to feel the ripple of this revelation. There are people who have not even met you yet whose lives will be transformed because you chose to read this, to receive this, to align with your calling. Because God is not only exposing the woman who worked against you, He is elevating the legacy you carry. There is purpose in your pain. There is wealth hidden in the wounds. There is honor where they tried to shame you. And every delay, every denial, every betrayal, it was never a rejection. It was redirection to this very moment. Archangel Michael has drawn his sword. This is not metaphor. This is spiritual warfare unfolding in your favor. You were never defenseless. You were protected even when you didn't know it. When your spirit was too weak to fight, Michael stood over you. When you couldn't pray, your tears were prayers. When you wanted to give up, heaven held you in suspension, refusing to let you fall. Because God had already seen what's coming. And what's coming is breakthrough, overflow, divine connection, and unstoppable favor. But first, the exposure must continue. That woman, the one who whispered poison into others' ears about you, her season is collapsing. The very same people who believed her lies are now seeing her truth. The eyes of those around her are opening. They're realizing the manipulation, the jealousy, the fake humility she wore like perfume. And they're turning away. Not because you told them to, but because God is clearing your name without your hands having to move. Heaven is vindicating you. And the one you lost, the one who watches you from the other side, they are helping. They are pleading with heaven for your restoration. You may not have heard their voice in the physical for a while, but their spirit speaks. You've felt the chills. You've sensed the presence. You've dreamt of them. They're not gone. They are closer than ever. And they are the divine witness to everything happening now. You were not crazy. You were called. Now listen, you're about to find something. An old note, a picture, a keepsake, something you tucked away when the grief was too much to bear. And when you find it, you will cry, not from sadness but from confirmation. Because that person left a signature on your soul. And they are giving you their final earthly gift, clarity. They don't want you to seek revenge. They want you to rise. There is someone around you now who carries hidden loyalty. They've been quiet, observing, unsure if they could trust what they feel about you. But now they will come forward. A divine connection. A soul ally. Someone heaven has assigned to walk with you in the next chapter. When they show up, welcome them. You've walked alone for too long. And though you are strong, even warriors need rest. Even leaders need love. And God is sending this person to walk with you, not to use you. The money that was stolen. The opportunities that were blocked. The love that was sabotaged. Every bit of it is coming back. Not just replaced, but multiplied. The tables are turning dramatically. The ones who mocked you will witness miracles in your life they cannot explain. They will see doors open for you that remain shut to them. They will hear your name in rooms they were trying to keep you out of. And there will be no doubt, you are divinely favored. There's a phone call coming. One you didn't expect. A door you thought was closed forever will creak open. But listen carefully, not everything that comes back should be let in. God will give you the discernment to know what's returned for redemption and what's returned as a test. Some people will apologize only because they sense you're rising. Not because they're sorry, but because they fear being left behind. Watch their energy. Trust your spirit. Michael will guide you. You're also being called to forgive, but not to forget. Forgiveness is for your freedom. Memory is for your wisdom. The woman God is exposing, He's not asking you to go back, to reconcile, to pretend it never happened. He's asking you to walk forward without bitterness, so that her shadow does not stain your light. Release the resentment not to free her, but to unchain yourself. Because you have work to do. There is a platform you will step onto. A conversation you will lead. A message you will share. And lives will shift. This exposure is not just personal, it is prophetic. You are the beginning of a family revival. The one who breaks generational cycles. The one who ends spiritual warfare that plagued your bloodline. The one who ushers in favor that your ancestors prayed for but never saw. It's you. This is why the attack was so brutal. Why the lies were so convincing. Why the betrayal cut so deep. Because you were the chosen one. And the enemy tried everything to stop your awakening. But now you are awake. Now you know. Now you believe. And now, nothing can stop what God is about to do. The heavens are rejoicing. Your name is being spoken with honor in divine courts. Archangel Michael stands guard over your next steps. The chains are broken. The curse is lifted. The oil is flowing. You are not walking into a new season, you are walking into a new realm. A higher dimension of authority. Of purpose. Of divine destiny. There will be confirmation within 3 days. Something small but impossible to ignore. A sign. A message. A divine alignment. Pay attention. It will be subtle, but sacred. And when it happens, say out loud, I receive it. Because this is how heaven marks the beginning. Your sleep will shift. Your dreams will become more vivid. Some nights you will feel the warmth of someone sitting beside you, that's them. The one you lost. They're letting you know, you're not dreaming alone. The visions you'll have will be instructions. Do not ignore them. Write them down. God is speaking clearly now. You're being invited into a secret place with the divine. A place where strategy is revealed. Where healing is completed. Where power is restored. And only those with clean hands and pure hearts are allowed to stay. You've been chosen not just to enter, but to remain. There will be people who don't understand this version of you. Let them go. You've been reduced long enough. You've dimmed your light to make others comfortable. You've tolerated energy that couldn't match yours. But now? No more. The glory of God is upon you. You will be misunderstood. You will be envied. But you will also be elevated. God says the time has come. The truth is known. The chains are broken. The inheritance is being released. The story is shifting. The fire you went through is now becoming the flame that lights the path for others. What almost killed you is now your message. What almost drowned you is now your testimony. They thought your silence was weakness, but it was protection. They thought your kindness was ignorance, but it was power under control. They thought your losses meant the end, but it was just the intermission before the elevation. Now the show begins. Now the stage is set. Now heaven pours out what was stored. The wait is over. And the woman? The one God is exposing? She can no longer hide. The time is now. You are ready. Keep your heart open, your spirit grounded, and your eyes on heaven. Because what's coming next will be so beautiful, so divine, so miraculous, that you'll weep. But this time, not from pain. From joy. From awe. From the realization that God never forgot you. That your loved one never left you. That the angels never abandoned you. And that your story was never over. It was just beginning. If you believe me, type Amen.